Hello, guys. One more season's over for our team, and it's time to make a summary. I still have some players on sale. Let's start with the good things. Our money making facilities are close to maximum. These ones. We were able to upgrade all of them in one level. At the beginning of the season, they were all at level 7. Now they are at level 8. Our indirect money making facilities also grew in one level. All of them, even the floodlights. To make sure it was a good moment to increase, I used my spreadsheet for that purpose. While applying the sell to agent strategy, I also noticed that it was profitable to increase the training ground. Therefore, I upgraded it in 3 levels, going from level 3 to 6 over the season. It's good because it also gives me more options for players to buy in the market. Later, I will show you how much money we made with sales over the season. Finally, I increased the stadium in 2,000 seats. Now we can fit 26,000 people. But it ended up not being such a good thing, because this extra capacity has never been used, as the team was continuously losing, which made our fan base to drastically decline. Our biggest attendance after I increased the stadium occurred in this match, this amount of people, which is less than the previous capacity of the stadium, 24,000 seats. Let's talk about transfers now. I have been very active in the market, buying many players every week. I bought 72 players, which means 6 players per week, and sold 57. If you check my balance of transfers, you see this negative amount, but it does not mean that I had a loss. This happened because I invested in more expensive players during the season. I also bought a bigger number of players than last season. If I consider the profit I made on all players I sold, the total for the season was 43 million. I can easily find it out using my spreadsheet, adjusting the filter options. Just for the season I'm interested. Then I can just select the profit I made, the real profit I made with each one. And then I have here the sum, which is around 43 million. So I must be happy with that. Let's now talk about the bad things, which are our results. As you can see, we finished the season almost in the last position of our group. We were one of the worst teams in the group. Only one team was worse than us. We also had the worst attack, scoring only 11 goals. It's really bad, but from the beginning I told you that I was not worried about our results. I was surely hoping for something better than that, but I'm not surprised at all. And it's okay, no worries. Naturally, this horrible performance caused our fan base to drop. We currently have 7,935 supporters. We cannot see it now because it's the time when a live match should happen, then they don't show it here, but I saw it before. 7,935 supporters. This is the minimum a club can have in the fourth division. At the beginning of the season, we had, let me see, I cannot find this information in the game, but I can keep track of it through my spreadsheet. At the beginning of the season, we had 9,141 supporters. If I do the math, I will see that we lost 1,206 supporters. Pretty bad, no? This decrease in our fan base made our attendances to decrease too. Therefore, we collected less money than what we could have collected with a bigger fan base. Then you may be thinking, was it worth being promoted to the fourth division to make such a bad campaign and lose supporters? To answer this question, I made a simple summary table. In this table, on this line, I put values for the fourth division and values in case I were in the fifth division. Here I considered my money making facilities at level 8, which is where they currently are. Okay. And I consider the average fan base that I had during the season and an estimation that I think I could have more or less if I stayed in the fifth division. Maybe even more than that, a bit more, but not much more. Here I have the revenue generated by each money-making facility, and this is the price per ticket and the revenue for each facility. I have the number of matches. Here I have how much I receive from the sponsorship deals at the beginning of the season and every 10, 20, or 30 days as I wish. And here also the TV money that I receive every week and what I can receive from the merchandise store based on the number of supporters I have and the revenue generated by the facility. When you see green, it means that the fourth division is more profitable. When you see red, it means that the fifth division is more profitable. So, as you can see here regarding sponsorship, deals, and TV money, the fourth division is more profitable. Okay, it gives me more money. But regarding attendance and the merchandise store, the fifth division is more profitable for me. Afterwards, when I sum all these four values, I get this, the balance for this analysis, this estimation. So the conclusion was that it is more profitable to be in the fourth division, even if our campaign is very bad. In this analysis, I didn't consider these things, interests, wages, sales, purchase, and constructions, because I don't think it would change so much between the fourth and the fifth division. Okay? This was a quick summary of what we had during season 82. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any trophies, but we managed to financially succeed, which is more important now. After the season update, I will speak a bit more to you about my plans for season 83. See you there. Welcome to season 83. The first thing I'm going to do is to check our money making facilities. This week I will be able to increase all of them to level 9. That's right, level 9 already. Just one more to reach level 10. But I still need to wait for 2 days before I can do that. I will be able to upgrade them to level 10 at the end of the season. Other than that, I will not change any facility at this point. Besides increasing the level of our money making facilities to 10, I also plan to increase our training grounds further. For each new level, I have to always check if it will be profitable or not. If I conclude it's profitable, I intend to increase it to level 7 this season. On the Youth Academy, I'm not planning to touch for now. I need a whole plan exclusively for that one. When the moment comes, I will give you more details of it. In case our stadium becomes full, I can also consider increasing it further, as well as the indirect money making facilities, but I don't think it will happen. This is our new group. Surprisingly, we were not relegated to the 5th division. It happens sometimes when too many teams are inactivated or banned in the lower divisions. Then, instead of relegating our team, they use it to complete a group of our division. But our group changed from Group 3 to Group 45. The good thing about staying in the 4th division is that we should make more money than what we would make in the 5th division, as we checked earlier in the video. The bad thing is that we cannot expect to win a lot or fight for the title. Just like in the previous season, I will not hire any players exclusively to strengthen the team. My focus is not on that at this point. I will continue applying the sell to agent strategy and build my lineups with the best players I have in hand. Let's quickly check our opponent's squads. This is our current squad. I have a lot of players, almost 70, but no big talents, except for this guy and maybe two reasonable ones. And for the other teams, this one may be weaker than us. The others are almost all stronger. But I feel like we had stronger teams in our group last season. Then, I don't know, maybe we have a better chance this time. Maybe you can at least end in the playoffs zone. Yeah, maybe this team is more or less at our level, just a bit stronger. Yeah, the others are all considerably stronger. Yeah, I showed you all the teams. Let's see what we can make this time. That's all for this video, guys. If you have questions, write them down below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. See you soon.